All right. Welcome to the live Christmas drawing for today. It is July 6th, 2022. So, for today's episode, I had a kind of a different idea what I wanted to do. I'm going to do my take on the Hellfire Club from the Netflix show Stranger Things, season 4. So, what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to start off with the original drawing because I had this idea in my head today. So, I'm going to draw it first, and it's going to be the original logo for the club, and then I'm going to go ahead and do my Christmas twist on it, what I think I'm going to do. So, for those of you who don't know, the Hellfire Club, it's a D&D group in the TV show Stranger Things. I say TV show, it just kind of shows my age. Netflix streaming show, if you will. But it's just basically a logo you would see on like a patch t-shirt type of thing if you were in the D&D club. So I'm going to draw it big, then I'm going to shrink it down. That way I could utilize the whole canvas here. So it's basically going to be like a devil's head right here. Then you might be saying, "Now, come on, how are you gonna Christmas that up?" I have an idea, but I'm gonna keep their original logo first. Well, obviously my take on it. It's not gonna be exactly like theirs. It's just the sketch layer, so I don't want to invest too much time into it here. The lead guy from the Hellfire Club um, gained huge popularity in this season here. So his stuff, his merchandise, his pop vinyls are going for a crazy amount now. Like it must be kind of cool, like to be like a newer character to a series. Like you just come in on this season, and then you become one of the most popular characters. I won't say most. One of the more popular characters. How about that? But he had a. You all know those pop vinyl toys. There was one of him, and it was only like a 15 $20 little figure. Now it's like 120. But I definitely wouldn't be paying scalper prices for that if I collected them. I have a couple of pop vinyls here and there. I actually have a couple of Christmas ones. That's a good idea. I might do some of those on a stream at another point. I believe I have a Mickey. I think it's a Mickey and a Goofy one, if I'm correct. I'm not too sure now. This will have a lot of black work in it there. So right here we'll say club. I'm just gonna sketch it in here real quick, but the font kind of just looks like a Sharpie type of font that you would have drawn on your notebooks in school or something like that. And then Hellfire's up here. I just want to get the spacing down here, and then I'll work on the rest. This eye is little, and it's got a ball of fire for the dot. And then over here, there's a 20-sided die, a D&D die, and then over here, it's the pyramid die. What are those for? 5 sided. I guess that's five, or is it? No, I think they're probably like four because I know on those dice like the numbers, whatever is on a point, it's on all 3 sides, so it's a 3-sided die. And then on the side of his head is a mace, a ball and chain mace type of a thing. And on this side was a sword. Maybe it's a dagger, come to think of it. Might be a little shorter. Curved blade with some fire coming off of it. All right, so now we're going to shrink this down a little bit. I want to keep it up on the top half of my canvas here. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to add a layer. I'm going to go do some of the inking. Hopefully all my stuff is set correctly here on the computer. My youngest kid jumped on here and was doing some game streaming the other day. So if you ever happen to see that this stream goes live and you tune in and obviously it's not me, it's just a kid playing video games, he likes to do that sometimes. All right. I'm going to work on the inking for this layer. This really isn't the main concern that I'm doing here because this is still the original Hellfire Club logo, so I'm going to be doing something different with it in a minute here. Well, you'll see. You'll see what I'm doing. Hopefully, I don't know. We'll see how this turns out. Then all the merchandise for the Hellfire Club, like they made T-shirts and stuff. I know Target had some stuff, but all of their actual retail stuff's non-existent anymore. You can't find it because people gobbled that up as soon as they got to see it. The dreaded eraser when I accidentally bumped the eraser. I seriously don't get it. I can't understand why it does it. I'm wearing a glove, so I don't bump the screen on accident, but it still happens. See, just did it again there. Got a glove on. Shouldn't be doing that. Trying to think how this goes here. I wonder if I should have used a thinner brush for this, but a little too late now. We're going to keep on moving with this one. Let's see if I could drop fill that in. Yeah, but I messed up there. I didn't want to do that. I'm trying to do the other way here. There we go. Bumped the wrong one. Can't remember how many teeth he's got here, so we're gonna. I know we got the fangs. And I'm gonna do 3, just because I can't remember. So 3 sounds good. And then let me see if I fill this. All right. That looks pretty decent there. Now I'm going to work on the things on the side of his head here a little bit. All right. I think that'll be good for the skull thing there. I'm going to do the dice on the side. So I'm going to make that a little bit smaller. Again, this one's a multi-sided die. So we're just going to do, I believe, let's see. This definitely is not going to work out right here when I do this, just because I didn't really lay any designs down for this. So we're going to just make this look like a die here. All right. I think we'd probably see other pieces here and there, but we're going to leave it like that. So we're going to just throw some numbers. We got an 8, 12, 7, 3, and let's do a 5 over here. And I guess you would see this guy up here, so we'll just put that slightly there. Then onto this side is the 3-sided die. So the way a 3-sided die works is whatever number you would have here, I guess it would have to be 4, huh? It would be all the way around. So if I do a 4 there, I got to do a 4 there. If I do a 2 here, then I got to do a 2 there. If I do a 3 here, you won't see any other 3s, and then I'll do a 1 here, and you won't see the other 1s because they're on the other side. All right, now let's go over to the mace. It's just basically going to be a ball with a lot of spikes coming off of it. I'm going to make that a little bit larger. Let me fill this in. I'm not going to do an exact amount of what was on there on the original one. But if I do it this way, you're going to see a couple of them on the black part, but they're going to be white. So I'm going to switch over to a white brush real quick, and then I'll just draw them like that. And I'll put one more over here. And then we'll go back to black, and we'll add a couple more there. That's good enough for that. Then it's a chain link all the way up to the top. So we're gonna kind of cheat with the chain. I'm gonna just do a solid. Let's do my solid lines first. Solid links. Then we'll add the other links into it. Nah, that's a little too skinny. All right, we'll leave that like that, and then we'll do the handle part here. So this is basically just another thing with some spikes on it. One point down here. I'll do a couple there. And that's going to be it for the mace side of it. Now over to the dagger. So just going to be your standard dagger here. And then it has red flames, so we're going to do those right alongside of it. Kind of look like drops of blood here, but they're flames. All right, now we'll work on the font. We're just going to go back to black. And again, this just looks like a regular kind of a marker type of drawing, like nothing fancy. It's definitely something that's just thrown out here, not an actual font. I think if I do it like that, I could drop fill it in. So I'm gonna try that. I just got really jittery there for a second. That was weird. And this has to be flames. All right, then we're gonna just fill this in solid black. That way I don't have to go back and color everything. Then after I'm done with this, I'll color the skull. He has red and yellow in him, and then I'll move on to the Christmas portion of it here. I don't know how it's already 6:48 here, so I'm already a little behind my normal schedule of a half hour. All right, I got to write the word club. All right, fill those in. Then I'm going to make this reference layer, add another layer, put it behind it, and then do the coloring on him. So now with that all done, I could take the pencil layer off. I don't need that anymore. And then all I'm going to do is just do a solid yellow and solid red. So solid yellow is just going to go right in here. And the eyeballs. The horns are white, but then we got red for the rest of him. All right, so I think that's going to do it for the actual Hellfire Club portion of it. I'm not going to do any shading or anything like that because there isn't any in the actual thing. But what I am going to do now to make this Christmassy, I was going to do two different things, but since this one took a little bit longer, I'm going to save the other idea for a future thing because I don't want to do this like both like satanic looking type things, because I was going to do like a hellfire club but then also do like a Krampus club and just do a actual Krampus one, but I like that idea enough that I might use it another time. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to combine these two layers, the reference and the color layer, all at once. Then I'm going to copy it like that. Then I'm going to, let me see. Let me see how I could do this. I want to, okay, let me copy and paste it. Let me see if it worked. Yeah, it did. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to flip it, but I wasn't sure how I could do that. Oh yeah, here we go. So I'm going to flip it vertical, I believe. I'm going to slide it down this way. No, I don't want to change the size of it. Let me try that again. Flip it vertical and just move it straight down like that. Now what I'm going to do is rotate my canvas. And now I'm going to work on this for a second. Let me see if... I'm just kind of curious how I want to do this. I don't know if I want to leave it backwards like that, because it is technically a reversal image of it. Or maybe I'll leave the Hellfire Club one down there, and then I'll work on this one. Alright, so what I'm going to do now with this layer, I'm going to make it, lighten it up a little bit. Alright, now let me think how I want to do this. I think I'm going to just add another layer right on top, go back to my pencil, and I'm going to sketch this in. So what I'm going to do here is this will become a candy cane. Yeah, I'll leave that as a candy cane just because it has that shape. This side, I'm going to do, how about I put the plug here. And this side we're going to do a string of lights. Just trying to think of different ways to Christmas up this drawing here. So this one, naturally, with it being round, I think we're just going to go with ornament. Gotta add that little hook on the bottom of a hook there. And then this side, I'm trying to think what I could do for that little guy there. I might just do, we might actually just make this a simple present. Nothing fancy. And now I'm going to leave the name of the club a little secret for now. But keeping everything the same shape, if you will. This is where I think it would be cool to do like a Krampusy one, because you could leave the horns and you could really make it look creepy. But I'm going to just leave that. We're going to do a beard. Yeah, I don't want him to look too happy here. I mean, he seemed pretty excited there. All right, here we go. I think we'll just draw his mouth on that, so you can add a little bit of hair there. Then when we're gonna do the inking is when I'll change the name. So I'm gonna add my new layer, and we're gonna switch over to inking. Now we're gonna ink this guy up real quick. See, it goes a little bit quicker now when I already have the base laid down. So we got your candy cane. Swap over to the string of lights. I think I'm gonna do them in green. Just look a little more authentic that way. And then back to black, we'll do 2 lines up there and the plug lines down there. Switch it over to silver, and we'll just fill in these squares in silver. You know what? That doesn't make sense. We'll do them green. In my head, I'm just picturing actual light bulbs being silver on the bottom, but that's not how Christmas lights are. Plus, it's a D&D club. You're not spending all this money on screen printing inks here. All right, so now we're gonna just do a couple different colored lights. We'll do a red, a gold or yellow. We'll do a blue. I'm gonna go with a pink one. You don't see on some lights. We'll do a pink one. And what am I missing? A green. And what else am I missing? I'm probably missing something pretty obvious. Red, blue, green. Let's see. All right, orange. There we go. So that'll take care of that. Because remember, we're still on the inking layer, so I just didn't want them outlined. All right, now we're going to finish up Santa hat. I'll put his ears back there a little bit. Let's see. Give him a big old jolly nose. Some nice big eyes, and then his eyebrows. And a couple of hair marks in his beard here. And now we're going to make this the reference layer. Add another layer, put it behind it, and add some color to him now. So we're going to go back to our red. We'll do a little bit of a darker red now for his hat. Then we're going to swap it out with white. We'll fill in this. I think he would have a more of a whitish gray beard, so we're going to fill that in white gray. Same thing with the eyebrows. Then we'll pick up, let's see. Let's see how that, yeah, that's fine. We'll do that. And then I believe Santa's going to have some blue eyes here. We'll do some lighter blue. And then we'll give him a light pink nose, rosy nose, if you will. All right. Oh, forgot the white on his hat. Right there. Then we're going to select the candy cane. We're going to do that with our red stripes. Make them large here. Leave that like that. Okay, back to the inking layer because I'm an idiot and I forgot that we had some stuff up top here. These are just a simple outline because this is the way that design is. Whoops. Shrink that back down. So these aren't... I mean, obviously you should be able to tell that that's an ornament. And a present here. All right, so now for the name of the club. So I was trying to think about this all day today. I'm in a Discord group, all the Christmas podcasters in the Discord group. There, I put out the question if anyone had any ideas what you would call an opposite club or a Christmas style club for the Hellfire Club, what you would name it, and there were a few good ideas on there. I'll post them up when I post this on Instagram, but I'm gonna stick with the name that my wife gave me because if you're Christmas, that kind of actually what she told me to call it would have changed what one of these pictures are, but that's all right. But the name she came up with, which I like, so I'm going to use it. All right, so here's the big reveal. We could still use this. We could still use this. Any ideas yet what it would be? I'll tell you this, it's Christmas related. That's why I'm keeping it, because it works. All right, here it is. Here's the big reveal. O P E. Any guesses? Open fire club. So, chestnuts roasting on an open fire. So that's the name of the club in the Christmas version of it. Now I'm just going to fill all these in. And I'll erase, well, I won't erase, I'll turn off that light background there that we have. So you won't see that, you won't see the pencil. So let me go to my layers. That pencil's gone. That stays. That goes. So that is your Christmas version of the Club Hellfire Club. I'm looking at it upside down when I read it. But yeah, that's the Christmas version of the Hellfire Club. So if we rotate this way, rotate that way to the upside down, you got your Open Fire Club and your Hellfire Club. So do you think it would be better to leave it like that or have the bottom one that you could read it? I think we're going to leave it like that. That way, it's like if you were to close a book. So now I'm just going to sign it at the bottom here. And I don't think I'm going to do anything with the background, no shading and all that kind of stuff since we are running a little bit longer today. I think we're going to leave it right where it is. Let me go to my calligraphy pen. I'm going to sign the name in red, or the date in red, name in black. So it is the 6th. Always make that like a little Christmas tree. Then I'll zoom it out so you could see everything. And I believe that's going to do it for today. So your Open Fire Club Christmas version of the Hellfire Club. So thanks for watching. If you want to check out my Instagram feed, everything gets posted up over there. Daily Christmas drawings are over there. I also started my brand new Christmas podcast, which started last week. Those episodes are out. That could be found wherever you listen to podcasts. That could be on Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever. So check my Instagram feed. The information's on that over there as well. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next week.